think I'm going to do another video here for you guys. I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be boring, really boring. We're going to set up a stereo. I'm going to set up a different stereo. I'm not happy with that Radio Shack one. I'm going to set it up. I got some speakers here. These are 70 speakers, but these Sonys. Here, I need to retrieve the deal from these. I really wish that they would make speakers nice to where they're not like vinyl coated with crap. And no matter how good they sound, they end up like crap after a while. It's just not cool. So, anyway, man. I got this Technics over here. And this thing is a GX505. I think it's 150 watts a channel. It's a beast. It's not real big. It's an 80s one. It's more like a quadraphonic type of stereo. It uses that old kind of cord. Oh, well, can you guys see this? So, yeah. And okay, so it's got the fan on the back. The fan's like a variable speed. It actually moves with the music. I see phono, CD, tape, DAT, VCR1 and VCR2, center out, remote control, video out, video in, and these formats were fine back in the day. Let's see what it has. It has you got A and B speakers, the front A and B speakers. You've got rear speakers. You get center speakers. I think the center and the rear are on a different amplifier. These A and Bs are on some big, huge audio chip, which is generally, in my opinion, not desirable. You have A and B speaker impedance switch. A or B, 4 to 6 ohms or 8 ohms. A and B, 8 ohms. So you can run 4 to 6 ohm speakers in this position. Or if they're 8, you switch over to here if you're just going to use A or B. If you're going to use both A and B, which you can, then you need to be 8 ohms on the speakers. So you need to be mindful of that. We already ripped off one of these wires on this that was being used for the other radio. I personally don't really like these kind of connectors, but they work and they can be a little quicker to undo sometimes. So now I would like to hook up the A and B's. Then you can do an A and B comparison. So basically, I just need to get back here and make sure these Sony speakers back here. I'm having trouble reaching them. They actually sound really good. I think it's this pile of cord right here. So, yep. And way too much speaker wire. Don't want to cut any of it. So what I like to do is have the thing over here, and sometimes these don't want to go in. Okay, which one's B? The rear, A and B. So that's going to be the left. Okay. All right, we got that one out of the way. Now, this other one here, let me see if I can find. These you got to be careful with. They have another little plastic sleeve. And you even have a core. They're actually coaxial. It's really weird. I've even seen ones that have another wire on the inside. So this is going to be our A speaker, and it should be the one on the left also. Okay. All right, we got that there. I got that one over here. Oop, I think I went too far. I nipped a bunch of the wire off. No, I guess not. I did fine. We used to get this speaker wire. We'd go over to the Goodwill outlet in Everett, Washington, and we'd find it in the bins. And I'd buy it every time I found it, because if you look how much it costs, it's actually not real cheap. And it's monster wire, and it's halfway decent. I like to solder it though, usually. And I don't end up with stray strands. Okay, now when I'm putting it in there, the strands are popping out, and we don't want them touching the nearby channel. Oh my god, this thing's driving me nuts. Because I'm left-handed, I almost always do everything backwards, and I tend to twist the wires backwards, which ends up being a problem. Come on. Alright, got that one. So now we just have to find the other one for the other speaker. And I'm not 100% sure where the hell that damn thing is. But it might not even be hooked up anymore. And over in the corner here is a bunch of Bose speakers too. Well, not a bunch, but it's a pair. How about that? A pair of Bose speakers. I guess this other speaker is not hooked up. I'm going to reach behind it and see if it is or isn't. Oh, it is. Let me see if I can find the end of it. I also can tell for sure that one of the damn wires is out of the connector. I gotta get that blindly put back. I can't see what I'm doing at all with this speaker. Found the wire, and it's very, very short, which sucks because I don't think it's going to reach. I have this other one that is like 1,000,000 miles long. Yeah, I guess it'll reach maybe. As long as I'm very mindful. Alright. So this is the other Sony. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about playing the music on the video, so I'm probably not going to do that. So yeah, look at all this I've got. There's a connection here. It's been soldered. And another one here. And I believe that was originally like for a big far out surround speaker. And that's why I had to do that. These have been in so many different configurations. Some of this wire I've probably had since 2004. This one is also very, very long. And twisted up now. And you do not need this much for that. So, let's take the stereo, put it over here, and grab our cord. And what I'm going to hook to this is probably just the XM radio for now. And I want it pretty much in the center here. I need to hang this on the damn wall, probably. Probably the best place to put it. Well, this thing keeps sliding. So, you see, if I have a suitable screw laying around, I do not. Actually, I think there might be one on the end of this piece of wood that's laying over here. But I think it's too short. It's really small. Yep. Okay. I actually just banged a nail into the wall, and hang it here, or I actually prefer to have it like this. I think it's actually more meant to hang like that, but so now what I need put it in the bottom there. My XM radio. I need to be very mindful of where the damn antenna goes. Or this thing will never work right. Huge pain in the butt. Very picky and finicky. The antenna is actually outside, a very long wire going out there. I like to look for these at Goodwill and stuff like that because these old ones that say Sportster on them, they're usually unlocked. They're usually unlocked for life. And I hate regular radio. I hate commercials. So these are pretty good. Okay, we need to find the okay. CD, VCR, VCR1, tape, that. Okay. I guess I'll just go with CD since I'm not gonna have a CD player in here, I don't think. B, A, both. Not enough power. So yeah, so just a little slip knot there on liquid metal, but it sounds scratchy when I turn it up. It didn't sound scratchy before, but it's going to need to be cleaned. It doesn't seem as powerful as I had expected, but this room, I think, sucks up a lot of sound. So, yeah, I don't know. See, this is another deal. What they do, they mark something $44 at a Goodwill, and then nobody buys it. It was missing these knobs. I 3D printed them. They're not like the best in the world. This is one of like the first couple of things I actually learned to print that were like useful to me. And I just printed a bunch of different knobs on that really, really crappy printer. And they worked. So somebody pulled the knobs and stuff, but it's a cool radio, but a lot of times these things used to burn up. I don't know if it was like the fan or something, but they're not like what I would call like audiophile quality. They've got like good bass, and that's what I like about them, because a lot of radios are lacking. Now this XM is driving me nuts because it just keeps chopping in and out. I move and it changes. It's really annoying if you have the volume up like super damn high, and then you like lose everything. So like, let's see if we can see in here. But it uses these big, you know, like Sony chips or whatever they are. Anyway, I should probably just give this to somebody else. It's very musical, I guess. You know, and I guess if you listen to like rap music or something, it's probably really good, because it definitely has tons of bass. It's got a very complicated like EQ system on it. And it's kind of fun to watch. But it has a parametric EQ, which is just as annoying as a parametric EQ on a Yaesu. So, if you don't like adjusting the parametric EQ on your Yaesu radio, well, you won't like this either. So, anyway, hopefully they don't get copyright infringement for a burst of Slipknot. But, whatever. So anyway, that's just me fiddling around. Got the new bench here. I don't think this is going to be staying.